Hey, kids ministry leaders and next gen pastors, new families are coming to your church. Easter is coming, maybe there's another summer event coming, but there are big things coming your way. And there's gonna be new families on your campus, so how do you connect with them well? Well, here's 10 tips, 10 ways to connect with first-time families and make sure they come back a second time so your church can continue building life-giving relationships with them. The first thing that you need to know and remember is that first impressions do matter. The first impression that your team creates when someone walks into the environment for the first time, when someone steps onto your church grounds, it matters. They need to know where to go. They need to know who to talk to. They need to know where to bring their kids. And before any of that happens, this first impression starts on your digital platforms. Does your website talk about your kids' ministry? Does it make clear that when there's first-time guests, you want to prepare for them well? First impressions matter, and that first impression starts on your digital experiences, on your social media, on your website, any paid ads you use, and any other platforms you use to communicate with other audiences. It starts there. But even more than that, once they've stepped foot onto your campus, it starts with, where do I park? What door do I walk in? What signs need to be there so that you can follow? So tip number 1 for how to connect with new families in your children's ministry is to have clear signage for new guests to follow. Maybe you have a parking sign that looks like this. Maybe there's a sign that says kids ministry this way. Maybe there is a big sign over the door of the entrance to your children's ministry that says, here's where the kids go. But have clear signage so that when a family pulls up, they know where to physically go when they arrive on your campus. But beyond that, have clear signage for what classrooms are for which kids. Have clear signage for how each of those families can move throughout the hallways and where their older kids need to go, where their younger kids need to go. Have very clear signage and language for all of these things. Tip number 2 is to have designated first-time guest tour guides. This is what a tour guide vest might look like, but maybe your people aren't wearing tour guide vests. Maybe they have a name tag that labels that they're a first-time guest greeter. This is someone that's a people person. Find your people and have them be the ones greeting new families and physically giving them a tour around the church. Hey, here's where you're gonna drop and pick up your 4-year-old. Here's where your second grader will be in class while they're here. Here's where both of your kids will come to a large group experience. Have this first-time guest greeter get to know the family. Ask how they heard about your church. Ask if they recently moved to the area. Ask if there's any questions they have and answer those really, really well. Tip number 3 is that it should be an expectation for all of your children's ministry environments to greet families at the door of their classrooms. Yes, we want volunteers engaging with the kids there, but when there's a smiling, friendly face at the door of every classroom that a kid walks into, you're creating a welcoming environment where that kid is greeted, that family is known, introductions can happen, and that kid can begin assimilating into the classroom that they're joining. Tip number 4 is to train your volunteers on what to do when there's a new kid in class. Don't just leave it up to chance that these people know how to welcome in a new student to their class or to their environment, but actually train them on it. Train them on how do you make them feel included? Train them on how to help them make friends with other kids, and train them on how to connect with parents at checkout. Don't leave it up to chance, but make it a choice that you make first-time guests a priority among your volunteers. Tip number 5 is to get on the level of these kids, both physically and conversationally. Be on their level. You know what it's like when someone looks you eye to eye as an adult because we all stand tall. But these kids are not exactly at the same height. Be the adult that models what it looks like to take a knee and to get on the level to look a kid eye to eye and say, hey Sam, I'm so glad that you're at church today. Thank you for joining us. But more than that, kids love to play. This isn't rocket science. So as kids are playing, maybe with Legos or maybe with a football, have your volunteers join them in that play. Build right alongside them. Talk about the things that they're interested in and connect with kids in that way. Tip number 6 is to create a remarkable experience. You see, if kids leave your children's ministry environment telling stories about all the different things they did while they were in your environment, they're gonna be begging their parents to come back to church the next Sunday. And what parent's gonna say no to bringing their kid back to a safe, fun, relevant environment where they're learning about Jesus? Create a remarkable experience and maybe even have some things that they take home. Maybe make a craft that's like a slingshot that would be towards Goliath, or talk about what it means that Jesus is the light of the world and he make things known. Have things that they can take home, but that are more than just a piece of paper, but are something that are meaningful, something that matters, and something that they'll want to keep. Tip number 7 is be relevant. Remember, we're working with 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds and 2nd graders and 5th graders, and we want to make sure that everything we're saying is on their level. Sometimes we have to work with volunteers to help teach them what kind of examples are relevant and relational for the kids that they're leading. But also, just ask the kids. Ask them, hey, is there anything that we can be praying for you? Ask them, hey, what is your favorite activity to do right now? Maybe next Sunday we could do something like that in kids ministry. Be relevant by caring about what the kids in your ministry care about. And when parents realize that you care deeply for their kids, they're gonna care and be invested in your ministry as well. Now, tip number 8 is to follow up with the kids in the family. If there's a first-time guest that shows up to your church, follow up, yes, with the parents, we're gonna talk about that in a second, but also with the kids. One great way to do this is to send a postcard as soon as they arrive on your campus. Imagine being a 5-year-old that just got a piece of mail to them. That's their favorite thing in the world. It has their name on it, and it says something like, hey, Nate and Anna, we love getting to have fun with you and learn about Jesus this week in WFBC Kids, and we can't wait to see you and your family so soon. How cool is it to open your mailbox and see something that was sent to you and something that matters for that kid? Now, that's where tip number 8 comes in. Follow up with those kids, but also follow up with their parents. During the week, sometime reach out, send a personalized text and say, hey, Jones family, we loved getting to spend time with you this week. Your kids are so sweet. We had a great time in their classes, and we hope to see your family again. We also have this event coming up. We'd love to see you there. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out because we'd love to get to know you guys some more and help you settle in to the area. That is tip number 9. And that leaves us with tip number 10. And this one might be one of the most important things that you could do, is make the second time a family comes to your church a big deal. Don't let it go unnoticed that they came back. Last week they took a step of faith and showed up to a place they'd never been before. Now they're a little more familiar, but make it clear that you want to continue to build a relationship with them. You can do this in a couple ways. The first is incentivize that second visit. When you send this postcard, tell the family, hey, if you bring this postcard back, we will have a gift for you. Give the kids a keychain that looks really cool and talks about your church. Give the kids a pair of sunglasses. Give them a football. Give them something that's exciting for them to come back. But also, when that family arrives again, make it a priority that you say, hey, Nate and Anna, I'm so glad to see you again. I'm so glad you came back. I can't wait to have fun again and talk more about the Atlanta Falcons. Things like this matter because it shows that you saw that they were there. You cared about them. You took the time to get to know them, and you took the time to get to know their kids. When you do all of these things, you communicate to new first-time families that you as the church care about them. You care about the family, you care about the parents, you care about the kids, and you care about seeing all of them be connected to life in Christ. So if you're looking to connect with new families in your children's ministry, there's 10 ways that you could do that really well right now.